Jai Gurudev children. In our previous class, we learned about living things and non-living things. What are living things, children? Things that can breathe, grow, feel and can move on their own. Such things are called as living things. And they also need food, air and water. What are non-living things, children? Things that cannot breathe, move, grow and cannot feel. Such things are called as non-living things. And they don't need food, air and water. Children, I told you to observe the things around you and try to list out the things that can move, feel, grow, breathe and need food and air. So did you all do it? Was it interesting? Yes, very good. Excellent, children. Children, to identify whether it is a living thing or a non-living thing, first we need to know the differences between living things and non-living things. So today we are going to learn the characteristics of living things and non-living things. Let's learn the characteristics of living things. The first characteristic is living things need food to eat, water to drink, air to breathe. Food, air and water are the most important needs of living things to survive. All living things need energy. They get energy from food, which helps them to move around and do all sorts of activity. Let's go to the second one. Living things can feel. Living things can feel and respond to the changes around them, and they express it through various emotions like anger, sad, happy, and by crying. Let's go to the third one. Living things move by themselves. All living things move on their own. For example, a fish swims in water. A bird flies in the sky. A horse runs so fast. They all move on their own. They are all living things. Now, what do you think about plants? Do plants move? Yes, we can observe some gentle movements in the plants. For example, you can observe this picture. The stem move upwards and the roots move downwards. Plants cannot move from one place to another, but we can observe only some gentle movements in plants. The fourth characteristic is living things grow. All living things grow. Here you can observe that a baby grows into an adult and a seed grows into a new plant. All living things grow in shape and size. The weight and height of the living thing increases as they grow. Let's go to the next one. Living things reproduce. All living things give birth to their young ones. This process is called as reproduction. Like hen and birds lay eggs. Some animals give birth to their young ones like the cat and the dog. What about plants, children? Plants produce fruits which have seeds, and these seeds give rise to a new plant. Examples of living things are human beings, animals, birds, insects, plants, and trees. Characteristics of non-living things. The first characteristic is non-living things do not need food, air, and water. Second characteristic is non-living things cannot feel because non-living things have no life. They don't respond to anything. Next, observe the picture, children. Here, the bird is flying in the sky. Flying represents movement. Now, can you tell me, does the chair move from one place to another? No, the chair cannot move unless we move the chair because chair is a non-living thing and non-living things do not move by themselves. Next, observe the picture, children. What has happened to the seed? Here, the seed has grown into a new plant. Will the same thing happen to the bag? No, because the school bag is a non-living thing and non-living things do not grow and they do not reproduce. Children, now we learned the characteristics of living things and non-living things. Now it will be very easy for us to identify whether it is a living thing or a non-living thing. All the things on the earth is divided into two groups: natural things and man-made things. What do you mean by natural things? The things which are naturally present in nature and not made by man. They are called as natural things. Natural things. All living things are natural things. Example, human beings, animals, birds, insects, plants, and trees. Some of the natural things like sun, moon, stars, water, rocks, mountains, and clouds. They have no life. So these are the examples of natural non-living things. Now, what are man-made things, children? The things made by man for our use and comfort are called man-made things. Man-made things. Examples: ball, television, mobile, school bag, computer, table, clock, car, and chair, etc. All these man-made things have no life. They are all non-living things. Children, today we learned about the characteristics of living and non-living things. And we also discussed about natural things and man-made things. Now, I have an activity for you. You have to identify whether it is a living thing or a non-living thing. Living or non-living. Children, I have selected few things. You have to observe the things carefully and answer the questions. You have to think and answer, children. I will show you an example. The first thing is book. Now let's start answering the questions. Does it move by itself? Can book move by itself? No. Very good. Does it need food, air and water? No. Good children. Does it grow? No. Very good. Is it a living thing? No, it is a non-living thing. Very good children. Similarly, I have listed 4 more things here. That is stone, tree, dog. Children, you have to answer the questions for the given things. We will discuss the answers in our next class. Children, even though a book is a non-living thing, it can become our best friend. So let's make a habit of reading books every day. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.